There's a lot of thanksgiving and a lot of honor for what's being accomplished here today, because the reality of it is, folks, this is not a one-day deal. Okay, and I think everyone in this room understands that and knows what we're talking about. It's not a one-day deal. It takes a lifetime for them, 18 years or whatever it is, to get to where they are today. I hope that they understand that they could not have gotten here today without, number one, their parents and their family, because there's a lot of sacrifices that go into giving your child the opportunity to be where they are today. There's a lot of road trips. There's a lot of taking them to practice. There's a lot of getting up in the morning and pushing them out the door at 6. When they have the qualities that these kids have, it's because some people have helped put that into their life. Okay? I think it's very important to recognize the teachers and the faculty that these children have had an opportunity to have during their time. Because despite what everyone may think, if you don't have the academics it takes, you can't do this. Now everybody doesn't want to believe that, but it's a fact. You have to have the scores in the classroom, and you got to have the test scores. And if you don't take care of those, you can't get to this date. And then I think not only with their high school coaches, but their youth league coaches that help them develop at a young age an appreciation for the sport that they're playing. Through the middle school, the high school, and any other leagues that they might have dealt with throughout the outside. All of that is a part of what's going on today. But the reality of it is, not every kid gets this opportunity. It takes a special person to get to the opportunity to sign an athletic scholarship. Because there are a lot of good players out there, but they're missing on something. You know what? You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not just about being able to dribble a ball or to block someone in the case of Josh as a football player. There's a lot that goes into it. It's an honor to have a school that is willing to invest in you, because they're not only investing in your athletic abilities, they're investing in your character and your work ethic, that you're going to be able to maintain that when you get done. The advice that I would give as an old coach to every one of you is make sure that you understand that the ultimate goal of this whole thing is to leave that college with a degree. Because it doesn't matter. Your basketball or your football is going to end. But you're going to have the rest of your life that you're going to have to be productive citizens. Okay? So let this just be the beginning to the end of where you're trying to get to. First gentleman that we got right here is Mr. Josh Coleman. Josh, if you would stand up, tell everyone where you're going and anything else that you'd like to add, okay?
My name is Josh Coleman. I'll be attending Auburn State University as an offensive lineman from Dublin, Georgia. I'd like to thank God and my family for coming out today. I'd like to thank all my friends.
A little bit about Josh as far as being his football coach. When they called me from Albany State, I remember when we were getting ready to go, I went to Tift County to a recruiting fair. Okay, and Josh got started with this game late. It was his junior year before he started playing. I think he'll honestly tell you that I was riding him pretty hard from the time he was in the 8th grade, trying to get him out here to play this game. Because a big old bodied young man like that, if he can take care of his academics, has got a great opportunity to play at the next level. And, when the coaches called me about him, we didn't talk about where he is right now, We talked about where he can be because how far he's come in the last 2 years. His body's changed. He's been in the weight room. He's been working. And I think he's got a world of potential. Okay?
I'm really proud of Joshua. Even though, basketball was really his sport, he loved basketball, but I'm really proud of what he has accomplished with football. And thank you, Coach Holmes, for, all you've done. And we're just looking for some exciting things out of Joshua.
Next gentleman we got here has thrilled most of us for a couple of strong years on the basketball court, but Mr. JaCori Payne.
I'd like to thank God for everything He has done for me and allowed me to accomplish one of my dreams. I'd like to thank my mother for the sacrifices she has made for me, and I appreciate everything you have done for me. I would like to thank LaShonda Thomas and Jordan Thomas for believing in me when nobody else did. And I just want to thank Jordan for watching over me throughout these years, and you will forever live on. I'd like to thank my auntie, Tiara Jones, for supporting me and starting me off with basketball at a young age. I'd like to thank my wonderful coaching staff for everything they have done for me and teaching me everything they could. And I will be attending Columbus State University next year. And I have decided to go into the field of nursing and become a male traveling nurse. And I'd like to thank for the support, and go Cougars.
When you've been coaching for 20 plus years, it's a blessing to coach a guy like JaCori Payne. And it's a true blessing. When you're a great student, 3.8, we always say 4.0. First one to practice every day, first one to the meetings, and then you average 30 points, and then it's yes sir, no sir. But I think the most important thing to me to JaCori is the person that he is, and it's not the player. And I think that's what a lot of college coaches were interested in JaCori, was the person. If you don't know, JaCori had around 4 to 5 D1s, had a lot of D2s, high-profile JUCOs, and we just felt like as a family that this was the best situation for him. They've got a great recruiting class. He's got a chance to start as their freshman point guard and do big things.
Coming up at the end of the month for the Exchange Club Male and Female Athlete of the Year from Dublin City Schools will be JaCori Payne as the male, and our next guest over here, Miss LaShayla Pittman, as the female.
Good afternoon. I would like to first I want to thank God for everything and my talents, because I know many females don't get blessed with the talents that I have, and I don't take them for granted. I want to thank my parents and my grandparents for everything, supporting me and being there. I want to thank Coach Valdosta for being a great coach throughout my years of high school, and all my friends that supported me. And I'll be attending Valdosta State University. I major in exercise physiology. And go Lady Blazers.
I just want these young people to understand what a big moment this is, to have all of your peers and relatives and friends out to witness this event. I'd like to say congratulations to all of the signees, Josh and JaCori and LaShayla. LaShayla has been a part of the Lady Irish basketball program for 4 years. She has been a part of a state playoff team for those 4 years as well. She started 2 years. She's part of 2 Sweet 16s and the Elite 8 her senior year. So she's certainly been an asset to the Lady Irish program, and I'd like to thank her family for giving me the opportunity to coach such a fine young lady. She's an example of what hard work can do. When you work hard, it can give you access to a greater and higher academic education, as well as the privilege of playing in a sport that you enjoy and you love. So congratulations to LaShayla and her entire family.
Well, I just basically want to say that I'm proud of all three of these fine athletes, and more than that, fine students. And I will say that Coach Holmes and we're really too old to be role models. Okay, but I could say that these students are role models for the other students in the school, because we don't have to correct them on anything. The same students that are here receiving these scholarships will also receiving academic awards. And it's just good to see our students set an example for some of the other students, not even at Dublin High School, but sometimes even at the junior high school, the middle school, and also the elementary school. And so I'm just glad to be your principal. Glad to have an opportunity to know you. And I wish you all great success. I know you're going to do great things. So congratulations to you, and good luck.
That old lawnmower not cutting it anymore? Weed eater wearing you down? Can't get the edger started? Then head on down to your friends at Hometown Supply. They've got the best selection of lawnmowers around. Cub Cadet, Poolin, Zero Turn Radius, and more. From the smallest yard to the largest, Hometown Supply's got you covered. Need your mower repaired or you need it serviced? Call the experts at Hometown. We'll pick it up and drop it back off to you. Call us today at Hometown Supply, locally owned and operated in downtown Dublin.
It's a great day at Dublin High School. Josh Coleman, we have watched you play out in the Shamrock Bowl. I know this is a great day for you, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, tell us where you're going.
I'm going to Auburn State University.
What made you choose Albany State?
All the great people there. I mean, my family's alumni from there. Just a great place to be.
Now, Coach Holmes says he had to pretty well ride you early on to get you on the football field. What is it? You didn't like football, didn't want to play for Dublin? Come on, tell us the scoop right here.
Well, I've been a basketball kid all my life. And I really just realized that, my talents was on the football field my 11th grade year, which I wish I would have came out earlier. But
how does it feel on Friday night coming out? We always watch y'all coming down the hill there, marching down. Tell me the emotions that goes through your mind coming out on a Friday night.
Oh, it feels good, man. You got all your family and friends watching from the stands, cheering you on. Just feels good. The atmosphere is just great.
What do you think you've learned from football the last few years that can carry you through the game of life?
Teach me how to be tough and be a man out there on the field.
Okay, and let's talk about your coaches.
Well, my line coach is Coach Cape, Coach Helton, Coach Holmes, and my defensive coach was Coach Starley. But pretty much all my coaches, they just helped me throughout it all. They always said I can use my size to go to college, basically.
And let's talk to maybe kids watching us right now that would like to play football but just can't make themselves get out and play. What would you do to encourage those kids?
Do it. Never give up. Just if you set a goal, just go after it. Don't ever give up.
Josh, I don't interview many people taller than I am. How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, 6'1". I usually don't have people taller, but this big boy right here, we wish y'all, I know your family was happy out there,
Yes,
and I know they're proud of you, and nothing like family, is there?
No, sir, it isn't.
Yeah, and they've really supported you through the years, and I can tell that by the faces out here. And y'all are looking at the family right now that just enjoyed watching you sign. Well, congratulations. We're proud of you, brother. Okay, next I have with me LaShayla Pittman, and you have loved playing basketball for Dublin High School, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I enjoyed it. Yes, sir. Great memories, like stuff I won't ever forget.
And, of course, you're signing with Valdosta State.
Yes, sir.
Great move there. And looking at the faces of your family, we got some happy people, don't we?
Yeah, they're really happy. They've been supporting me since I was, playing for rec basketball. And I know when I played, rec was everybody played. Not too many people don't play, but they supported me from rec, middle school, high school. So, they know how long I've been working for it, so they happy.
So it's important, and let's talk to kids growing up now in the system. It's important to be a part of that recreation ball and learn the fundamentals.
Yes, sir. You just can't start, in high school and middle school and expect to be as successful. Not saying it's impossible, but when you start at a younger age, you just have a passion for it. You've been doing it for a long time. It's just a way of life, and I just feel incomplete without it. So I encourage the girls to play. I don't know why, but I encourage recreation basketball.
And I know you're looking forward to going to Valdosta, but what are you going to miss most about being here at Dublin and playing with your teammates?
Honestly, most I'm going to miss, the huge leadership role that I did have here. I know I was, the star player. Not saying I won't be at Valdosta, but, it's going to always be somebody you got to look up to also. And, it's nothing like being at home. Dublin, everybody know what you're capable of, but it's kind of like when you transfer, you kind of got to prove yourself that, I'm LaShayla Pittman, that I'm good at this, that. But, I'm going to be successful regardless. But Dublin will be missed, but you can't stay in the same spot
That's
forever.
right.
You got to move on.
That's right.
Yes,
What have
sir.
you learned from your experience playing basketball at Dublin?
I've learned that you won't be successful right away. Because I know, like, my freshman year we went to state playoffs, sophomore year state playoffs, junior year, and we kept making it to the Sweet 16. And, you know, we just kept fighting, and it seemed like we would never get past Sweet 16. Then my senior year, made it to the Elite 8. So, you know, success don't come right away. You just got to work for it, stay positive. So
We talked about your family. What about your coaches? I know Coach Lothar and that they're real proud of you, but talk about your coaches.
Yes, me and Coach Lothar actually go way back. Besides the 4 years that he actually coached me on a varsity level, I started playing with his summer league team like when I was in 6th grade. I always came in the summertime and I played. So he already knew me. He kind of knew what I was capable of. So our relationship kind of goes past just 4 years, and it's like not only just a great relationship on the court, it's like off the court, he's a great man, and I look up to him. He always encourages us before practice. We read the Bible and stuff. We pray before and after practice. So he's a great man, and it's an honor being coached by him.
Looking back the last 4 years, when you say in the 9th grade, did you really know, looking back, what you were capable of, or did you learn that through the years?
Actually, I knew. My confidence level has always been high, not being cocky, but I was always confident. And to be honest, he used to make me mad because my freshman year, I really didn't play as much. It's like I kind of had to sit back, and you know how it is. Some coaches, not because I was a freshman, but he just thought I wasn't as experienced in certain game situations, and I knew what I can do, and I just didn't ever get a chance. So it's like, as the years went by, I progressed like mentally and physically, athletically, all that, and you know, came up on top with Valdosta. So.
What could you say to encourage underclassmen to participate in sports? Because I know you've learned a lot. It's meant a lot to you in your high school years. And probably looking back, if you wasn't an athlete, you missed a lot, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like I encourage everyone, females, males, to like do more than just go to school and go home after school. Like it's more out there than just sit on the couch and watch TV. I mean, sports, they keep you healthy, they keep you entertained. And if you actually love the game, I mean, when you accomplish things, it just feels good. It's something to do. So, I mean, you only live once, so.
Right. Great advice. I hope y'all heard that, kids. Get off that couch and do something, right?
Do
I mean,
something.
You'll be in a lot better shape.
Yeah.
You feel better, right?
Yes, sir.
And what a great attitude. Good job,
sir.
girl.
Thank
We
you.
are proud of you.
Thank
JaCori Payne, what a great honor today, watching you sign there. Your family just ecstatic, and as you look around there, I know I heard you thanking all your family members and pointing them out. Let's talk about the people that supported you through the years.
My mom, Latasha Jones, supported me daily. You know, she made a lot of sacrifices for me. And my auntie, Tiara Jones, supported me also. And my family, immediate family, also supported me.
Okay, tell us where you're going and why you picked it.
I will be attending Columbus State University, and it was a great fit for me, so I decided to go ahead and sign there. It's close to home, and I feel I can make an impact on the team.
How long have you been playing basketball?
Since the age of 6.
Since the age of 6?
The age of 6.
Wow. Who got you in basketball?
My auntie, actually. Yeah.
I heard you thank her out there a while ago. Let's talk about that. She loved the game of basketball?
Yeah, she loved the game also, and it just rubbed off on me, I guess.
Okay, and your coaching staff, great coaching staff. Coach Williams is proud of you. Tell me what you've learned under him. He's been here the last few years.
He taught me how to be a competitor, most of all, and we just developed a relationship his first year here, and we just ran with it. And it's just been a great couple of years.
What's most important about being a part of the Dublin Irish basketball team?
We're always together, you know. Even when we're up or down, we always stick together.
And how does it feel? I know practice is important. That's where if you don't practice good, it's hard to play good. But when you go out on that court, fans hollering, quite an adrenaline rush. Tell me how that feels.
It's an amazing feeling, you know. Not many people get to experience that, and it just sends a rush through your body. Have no reason not to go hard.
Okay, and I know I'm going to put you on the spot here. Memories. What's something that stands out the last 4 years? Big play, big game, beating the cross-county rival, whatever it is, but you're already smiling, so you know what it is.
I got
Share that with me.
I got a couple on where scored 129 points on West Lawrence.
Wow.
My sophomore year. You know, my senior year, scoring 49 points, breaking the school record was also amazing. You know, I was always remember that. And it's just, I got a lot of memories, really.
Yeah. What you gonna miss most about leaving Dublin?
My family, family and friends.
But you're gonna be close now. That's the good thing about who you signed with. So we can all, as a community, we can go over and support you and your family. It's not that far, but to get your education paid for, don't that feel good?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, we're proud of you, brother.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations, man. Good job. Yeah, I know it's a happy day for you.
Oh, yes. You know, anytime a kid like JaCori Payne can get success and you know, everything that he's worked for, that you know, he ends up receiving that, I mean, it's a blessing.
And you could tell his family, nothing like getting your education paid for and to be able to advance to that next stage. How does it feel from a coach's perspective to see a young man accomplish this?
Yeah. I think the thing that I look back, you know, me and JaCori's got a great relationship. So, you know, as a coach, I really don't look at it as a coach. I look at it as you know, me and him being family, and you know, as far as that look out at it. But I mean, he's just a great guy, and you know, to get his education, you know, paid for, and then he gets to play the game that he loves. That's a big honor.
LaShayla, when I was talking to her, what a great young lady.
Oh, yes.
Just, you can tell, just a great heart, great young lady. But she made the comment encouraging young people to get off the couch.
Yes.
Get in athletics. Do something besides just come to school. Why is athletics so important for high school kids to be a part of this day and time versus when we were growing up?
Oh, yes. I just think it comes to, you know, one, you know, you're doing something successful. You're working hard. You're learning, you know, good habits as far as mentally tough. And, you know, I always tell my players, if you're mentally tough, and, you know, if you're mentally tough, you can do anything in life. And, you know, that's the thing about JaCori. He's always the first one to practice. He was always yes, sir, no, sir. He always, you know, before school, after workouts, you know, I would see him in a classroom getting his work done. He was the first one at practice, last one to leave. So, you know, this is a kid. You know, I've been coaching, I think, 24 years. This, as far as JaCori, this is a guy that really didn't, you know, get all the accolades that I thought he deserved, like a basketball championship. Right. But everything else, you know, to see a guy, you know, we had a lot of injuries this year. You know, we ended up losing four starters, and you know, he's basically the only senior on the team, and you know, I had to play his senior year with sophomores and freshmen, and he, you know, he was given I don't want to say a bad deal, but he's given a raw deal, and then to, you know, average 30 and do stuff that we asked him to do. I think the biggest thing with him was, you know, last year he hit over 100 threes. This year he only hit 40, and it was because he understood, you know, with the team that we had. Right. You know, he had to go to the line. And I think he ended up shooting over 100. He reversed the free throws and the three-pointers. Ended up shooting over 100 free throws and ended up shooting like 92%.
Man, what a great team leader, though.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, proud JaCori Payne, and I can say one proud coach.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.